This is a cool technique to help you improve your firing called dry firing. A lot of people don't know how to properly pull the trigger. Let me explain it to you. All right, this is Oscar. He hasn't shot very much. And just like a lot of you guys, you aren't taught how to properly pull the trigger. So whenever you are pulling the trigger, there's a lot of take up, what we call, which is a lot of space that the trigger will move where it doesn't fire. And let me show you, this gun is unloaded, no magazine. And all that take up will lead to a wall where you feel there's a backstop, if you want to call it that, where, oops, I pulled all the way through. You pull it, so it'll pull up all the take up until you hit the wall. And when you're firing, what you want to do is, you don't want to pull a trigger all the way through like that every time. You only want to pull a take up to the wall, get your aim right there, and then pull that short distance through the wall so that it's less movement from all of this take up during, prior to your aiming. So, and we do a thing called dry firing, where you take an empty gun. You can do this in your home, just obviously make sure it's unloaded, but the more you do this, the more comfortable you'll get with where the gun is going to actually fire and help you stabilize your aiming. So again, whenever you're firing, you want to pull to the wall, aim, and fire. And whenever it fires, the trigger will reset like that. And then you only let the trigger go back to where you hear that click where the trigger resets. And then you pull the trigger a second time, just like that. So that's how it should look when you're firing. Right there, pull through the wall. And like I said, dry firing is a good way to get your trigger discipline better and have a better feel for it. So anytime I take someone out shooting for the first time, I always have them dry fire a couple times so you don't anticipate when it's gonna fire so much, and it helps a lot. And Oscar just took, like 20 shots at the target that's 20 yards away. That's right here. And I think you hit 2 out of 20, so we're gonna see if we can improve that. But what you should do right now, I want you to do is you take it, you feel all that take up in the trigger like that, and then just pull through the wall. And since there's no bullet in there, the trigger's not gonna reset. So you're gonna have to slide the slide back every time to reset the trigger. And you just stop it there, pull it again. And let's see, do that 10 times. Yeah, it's right there, you feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and whenever, oh yeah, and take your grip here, that should be a better grip, like that. And like if you ever read like trigger has like 2 pounds, or is it 2-pound trigger or 4-pound trigger or whatever, that's what they're talking about whenever whatever force you have to pull to get through that wall is whatever that trigger poundage is. So you feel it, and pull with this part of your finger. You want to pull with the center of your whatever, third, yeah, like that. There you go.
So I'm at the wall.
Yep. All right, slide it back. There you go. Try it again. Focus on when you're pulling through the wall that those sights are staying on the target. All right, and then also do this is, when you're resetting the trigger, let's see, keep it pulled back, because like if it was really firing, it would reset before your trigger comes off, your finger comes off. So let's reset it and slowly let it go until you feel it reset.
I might have let it go already.
Oh yeah, you did. All right, wait, so pull it again. Pull through. Okay, hold it. All right, right there. So that's where you want to fire every time. You only want to move that minimum amount. So when you're firing downrange, you don't want to come all the way back out like this every time. You just want to just enough so the trigger resets. Yeah. And are you making sure, like whenever you pull through the wall, is it staying on target?
I already feel like it's better just by holding it back.
Okay.
I feel like I have more control.
Okay.
Just by holding it there, and then I almost feel like when I was doing it before, like I was moving the gun.
if you can put the sights on target and pull through the wall, if you can do that when it's loaded, you know, you'll hit the target every time. The thing is, whenever it's loaded, you know it's loaded, and then you start to get nervous because you're not sure when it's gonna exactly fire. And what most people do is they pull down, trying to like compensate for the recoil right before it goes off. So you just wanna pull through the wall every time. Just focus on those sights on target and pull through the wall and focus on keeping those sights on target through the wall. And you should be able to feel it now. And once you're comfortable with it, even when it's loaded, you'll be able to pull to the wall without worrying if it's gonna go off too early or too soon. And then you'll know exactly when, and it's a lot easier that way. But, all right. But I'm gonna load you a magazine, and I'm also load some dummy rounds in here. So whenever you shoot these, or not shoot them, nothing is gonna happen. But what it does is, if you're still missing, you'll notice you're anticipating it. Cause like, if you're anticipating it, you know, you can't really tell too many times whenever you're firing because it's already, the recoil is in your way. But if you catch one of these, you're not gonna know if it's gonna fire or not. So what you're gonna end up doing is, if you're missing, is even though it doesn't fire, the gun is still gonna move a lot. You know, so this is gonna show you if you're moving the gun and it's, you know, it's you. It'll show you like, okay, it's me anticipating the shot. So I'm gonna load you a magazine with a couple dummy rounds, and then so you'll shoot some will be dummies, so that you get more comfortable and you know what's really going on. All right, you think you feel better now? And you can feel you think you know where the wall is? All right, so that one is loaded live and dummy. I don't even know when they're gonna go off or not, so just hold up your grip again, like this. There you go, and like cover that thumb with that one, just like that.
The wall.
There you go.
Oh, I forgot.
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
Because you were shooting it before with no ammo.
You're right.
Hold up, your grip again, go over, like that, and then cover this thumb. There you go.
Yeah, Dave Ali on the track, let the story begin.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
3 for 3.
Back when I wasn't a
There you go, you kept it steady. That was a dummy round, so slide it back. You can let the dummy round fall to the ground. There you go.
Predator as my nickname. I done grown a lot, and yes I did change. This is Dave Ali, hotter than 6 flames. I'm shooting down my issues, worse than my sick aim, and crossing over.
Okay, dang, you only missed 2 out of like.
Dang!
You went from hitting only 2 to missing 2. That's
Wow. It's crazy technique.
technique. It's the tech. I'm gonna put SpongeBob in this video. Technique.
You're not doing the technique.
Yeah, I'm from Louisiana, though I rhyme different. The rap game getting saved.